Hello, today let's talk about Palantir. We have some huge news, more contract wins, ARK Invest are loading up tons of shares, and there is a green alert building up on the technical charts that I can see. It all points to a potential late January explosion. Stick around to get all these updates and my price target for the coming few weeks. Keeping it simple. For those of you new to the channel, I am the Simple Trader. I share with you explosive growth stocks that I am buying, looking to buy, or already have sitting in my freedom portfolio. I am not a financial advisor, so please understand this is all for entertainment only. Full disclosure, I released my first video on Palantir when I started a position on the 26th of November last year. I didn't expect it to explode just a few days later, only for it to pull back and be stuck in consolidation, or what I like to call limbo, ever since. I think that time is nearing the end and the stock will be waking up from the limbo state any time now. No more plugging. Let's start drilling. Aunt Kathy has sharpened her pencil again and loaded up a massive 500,000 shares on last Thursday's after hours, which sent shockwaves through the market and saw the stock continue to rally into Friday's trading, which at one point exploded as much as 11% before pulling back to end the day up around 2.9% and up almost 1% after hours. Palantir is now sitting at 51st position within the ARK ETF with close to 2 million shares. I think this is extremely significant, and this could be a breadcrumb of things to come as we see in the next few days of trading the effect of ARK's purchase that sent shockwaves throughout the market. But I think due to the whole market literally tanking on Friday, the run was cut short. I have a feeling that ARK will continue to buy into Palantir over the next few months, and we could see Palantir climb up on the ARKW ETF. With ARK making these kind of moves, it only tells me one thing, that they are bullish on the stock and long.
We've got to stay long. Superior. We should increase our position.
Wow, last Wednesday we have Citigroup's Tyler Radke, I don't know, launching an attack on Palantir, and he initiated a sell rating from neutral, but check this, lifting his price target from $10 all the way to $15. The whole thing is just ridiculous to me. I mean, how can you have a price target of $10 on Palantir in the first place? It's just beyond me. But to initiate a sell, but increasing your price target by 50% to $15. Who does that?
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
Then we have the opposite in Jefferies 5-star analyst Brent Thill, who initiated a buy rating with a price target up from $18 to a massive $30, which is an increase of 66%. Now, that is what you call conviction. Simply put, we can analyze any stock with technical and fundamentals, applying discount ratios, whatever, but at the end of the day, we as individuals are going to be biased in one form or another. We can be stuck over analyzing things and making the wrong choices. For me, I keep it simple, and if you stay to the end, I will give you my short and long-term price targets based on all the simples. On Friday, we had the Daily Beast, I don't even know if they're legit, come out with a scathing attack on Palantir, and they claimed without any sources named that the CDC are urging President-elect Joe Biden to drop Palantir software for COVID-19 tracking. This seemed to have little or no effect on Friday, as investors were clearly still on the bull train following Aunt Kathy's buy-in. The co-founder of the COVID-19 tracking project had come out on Twitter to actually state the opposite, and he writes, and I quote, "I'm no fan of Palantir, but the HHS tracker is the best dataset on the pandemic. Killing it now would be like closing your eyes while trying to take a highway exit." Okay, so I'm smelling some serious on the Daily Beast. On the 4th of January, Palantir announced a new $22.5 million contract with a Japanese insurance provider company called Sompo Holdings. I think this is quite significant, and I think this will likely be another recurring customer for the future. Just wait until next year to find out. Then on January the 6th, we get news that Palantir had signed an $8 million one-year deal with Fujitsu for them to become the distributor of foundry modules within Japan. This is big and literally means Palantir gets a distributor that will help sell their products while getting paid for it. I predict Palantir software will slowly infiltrate Japanese businesses and become a staple requirement. The press release goes on to say Fujitsu themselves have been using Foundry since 2020 to optimize hardware supply chains and improve its customer service efforts and to modernize its technological infrastructure. It confirms Fujitsu will continue to use Foundry till the end of 2021. But seriously, come on. There's no dropping off this once it's fully integral to your business, right? Palantir was selected by the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, to participate in the Phase 3 of the competition for the RPP, Rapid Phase Prototyping, which is designed to accelerate the adoption of modern technological tools to help financial institutions and banks to provide more timely and granular data to the FDIC in a more efficient and effective manner. This is big. Finally, on January the 13th, Palantir announces that they have been selected by the Army to deliver a prototype for the first phase of the Army's ground station modernization in support of the Army's Tactical Intelligence Targeting Access Node program. The value of this phase 1 is $8.5 million, but check this, with a potential contract value of $250 million over 4 phases.
You are gonna make so much money.
It seems just every month that they are releasing more and more contracts with the US government. I really think Palantir have literally monopolized the US government, and considering the value and lengths of these contracts, I think Palantir will be here to stay for good. I'm trying to piece together the business model that Palantir are now trying to move forward, and to me it's very exciting. In my last updates we saw that they'd infiltrated the UK government quite successfully, I must add, and they were working with the Greek government and also the Colombian government. I mean, they're everywhere. Now they're moving into Japan and they're continuing to dominate in the US government. For me, it all adds up to one thing. This does sound ridiculous, but it seems that Palantir are literally taking over the world in terms of data mining and data management. Let's look at the price action chart. Since I loaded up in mid-November, the stock exploded past the $30 level, but was sold off sharply and has remained in this consolidation zone between 28 high and 23 low. The pattern now forms a wedge, and the price action is due to break through either upwards or downwards. I predict it will push higher due to some of the following coming catalysts. First, we have the Joe Biden inauguration. I am pretty sure the stock markets will rally once this happens and the chaos and uncertainties are settled. I mean, we see this all the time in the markets. Whenever there is uncertainties or disasters, the markets normally go down. And then when things are settled, they just go back up again and keep going up. I mean, once this does, it could help to trigger the price of Palantir. And I think we could see a nice little push up. Then we have Palantir Investor Day on the 26th of January, which could be huge. And I'm expecting big things from Karp and his team. This could set the stock on fire, and I am targeting the price to run up close to the $30 mark leading up to this day. And finally, in early February, we are expecting the fourth quarter results, which I think will beat all expectations. And when they do, I think together with the other catalysts could send the stock surging to the $35 range. The only thing to be aware of is the lockout period expiration, which could be 3 days post fourth quarter results. So, if you are a short-term or swing trader, this is something to bear in mind when drafting your game plan. For long-term investors like me, who see the stock in triple digits, this just represents another good buying opportunity. To summarize, I am keeping my long-term 5-year price target at $500. Nothing fundamentally has changed to the downside for me. The fact that the monopoly board seems to get stronger and stronger for Palantir gives me more and more confidence going forward. One of the strongest indicators for me is seeing that more and more businesses and corporations are now using Palantir. I believe the corporate space is where Palantir could grow to exponential heights, and this is what I have based my long-term price target on. I see Palantir literally being the next Microsoft, not to mention that everything Peter Thiel touches seems to eventually turn to gold. Thanks for watching this short update, and remember that I do have a position in Palantir, so please do take my analysis with precaution. Do your own due diligence and speak to a professional before you look to invest any of your money. If you are interested in other huge growth stocks that I have in my Freedom portfolio, please check out my other videos. For more huge growth stock picks, analysis and updates, please stay tuned and just consider subscribing to my channel so you get all the information first. I am the simple trader. I try to keep this very simple, and will simply see you next time.